Hey, how you guys doing today? So, I got a topic here. I'd say personally it's a pretty hot one, but a lot of you people out there would probably disagree with me, and some of you people would probably get really ass hurt on this one. But it's something that's been crossing my mind for many of years, and I mean, it's one of those I actually had to write down, so I won't just go babbling on, and I have a direct form to go to. And it's basically how dirty cops are corrupting the system, making the police force and street gangs seem as one. I have a few things here where actually police force in general and gang life could be equal as one, but a few of these are the kinds where it's corrupt cops. So before I bore the fuck out of you already, let me go here now. You take large groups. Cops and gangs both do that. They have to travel in large groups to feel safe, to feel macho. You don't see gangbangers out there traveling in 1-2 people. They've got to be in large groups, such as cops. You don't see too often 1 or 2 cops out there taking care of a situation. They have to have large groups. You take one vehicle getting pulled over, and there's 4 or 5 cops all over them. Then you take the whole basic of weapons. Gangbangers, they need them. They can't fight street style with just a fist. They have to have their guns, knives, batons, you name it. Brass knuckles. Cops, they have to have their weapons. Okay, the cops' weapons are for their own protection. Threats. Gangs, that's all they're good for, is making threats. They'll threaten your life, they'll threaten your family. Cops, they threaten your well-being and your freedom. Violence. Another thing gangs are good for. They're just violent motherfuckers. Cops. You take a cop on a bad day, and let's look at Rodney King, for example. No more said on that. Ranks. Cops have ranks anywhere from just your average rookie up to the sergeant. Gangbangers, you have your initiates to the gang leader. Districts. Cops, they have districts all over the place. You have, even city, you have all a bunch of different districts for them to patrol your neighborhood in a safe and mannerly environment. Gangbangers, you have your districts. Colors. Cops, you have different colors for city, county, state, highway. Gangbangers, you have red and blacks and blues and whites and whatever. Drug trafficking. Now that's where dirty cops come involved in. Some cops will traffic drugs for like your mafia, your cartel, even your gangs. That's what gangs are good for also, drug trafficking. Let's see here now. Contacts, connects, whatever you want to say. And this is a personal one. Me personally, I can say this for a fact that if you know somebody on the inside for police, you can damn near run the city. And this is just an average civilian, not gangbangers, not drug cartels, not the mafia, but me and you. If you know a cop, you can damn near run the city. Such as like myself growing up. My dad was into politics. He was the mayor of my hometown. I got away as a minor with throwing parties at my house all the time. Cops would come by, and the only thing they were doing to me is making sure I wasn't really breaking any laws, besides the fact of underage drinking, underage consumption of tobacco, use of drugs, and loud music, otherwise known as noise ordinance. But otherwise, nobody was getting hurt, and we weren't being unruly. So with my dad being in politics, I had the cops wrapped around my little finger. Now they probably don't want to look at it like that. There's more or less you don't want to be the cop known to be bringing down the mayor's son. That's kind of not really something that's sought after. But nevertheless, connections. My dad was mayor. He ran the city, which means he ran the cops, which means I got away with anything I wanted to. Curfew? There was no such thing for me. I'd be walking around 16 years old, 3 o'clock in the morning, I'd run around the town. Like I said, alcohol, I sat on my front porch, drinking a beer. Cops didn't do shit, they just turned on their floodlights, turned on their lights to say hi. Maybe they rolled down their window and say hey. Smoking a blunt. I'd be sitting in my garage getting high as a motherfucker. You hear a car come up, you walk out of the garage, you're smelling like fucking marijuana. There is no doubt in anybody's mind, unless you have no idea what drugs are, that I'm high. I'd walk face to face from the cops, a foot away. I'd talk to them. You can see my eyes red as a motherfucker. I got the smell of weed rolling off of me. Nothing would happen to me. As a minor, I'd be smoking a cigarette. Nothing. So, what really makes the difference between gangs and cops? So, with that in mind, let's ask yourself next time you see to serve and protect. As a cop out there, you ask yourself why the civilians, why the people fear you so much. It's these reasons here. If you can show yourself, without a reasonable doubt, that you're not one of those filth cops that are out there just to make a simple buck and to bully motherfucking people around, maybe you'll get a little more respect that you want, that you deserve. But it's those filthy cops out there that ruin it for you. Those motherfuckers out there that think that badge is their license to toss around their weight. That they feel that their paycheck ain't big enough, and that if I give you an extra $1,000, that you'll take my trunk full of drugs and look the other way. And shit like that. It's cops who feel that they need to have all this fucking backup. 10 cops, 10 patrol cars, whatever the hell, to pull over one guy for speeding. Sure, a lot of it is safety for yourself, but there's a such thing as going overboard. So like I say, I'm probably going to piss off a lot of you guys. There's probably a lot of you right now that are totally agreeing with me, but I have to get that off my mind. So write to me and let me know what you think about this. Alright? So with that out of the way and off my chest, I'll leave you guys there. Peace out.